Hail all Hawks. This is Littleton Hockey. We are back at Lewis Ice Arena here in Aspen, Colorado for our final game of the Aspen Fall Face-Off Tournament. Today's opponent, the Highland Hills Jaguars, also members of the Rocky Mountain Hockey Federation. Hawks are considered the away team. We'll be wearing our road darts. And this will be our last game of the tournament. And a few seconds left in the warm-up skate. They'll gather up the pucks. And soon we'll be back to hockey action. Next game up will be next Saturday, I think 1:15 down at the World Arena, taking on Colorado Springs. It's quiet here at the arena. Well, except for that. Here's a look at the Jags. Goalie, he's a sizable young man. And the Hawks have break their huddle on the goal. They're returning to the bench. And we'll be getting skaters on the ice. So good morning. And hope you like a little hockey with your breakfast. Same as usual for the previous games. We'll be having a 14-minute running clock for the first two periods and stop time. Out on the ice now, number 5, Benny Stenton, left winger, Stewart. Over on the right's Camden Alexander. Wilton takes control of the initial face-off. Max Fox, he's taking it through the neutral zone, now picked off by the Jags coming the other way. Pass there, went off the Jags' back. Then he tries to take it up, shift it up the boards. Excuse me, official. We're playing 6-on-5 there for a minute. If he gets out of the way. Now here we go on a break. Into the offensive end. And moments later, the Hawks get called for offside. Quick line change. Mason now centering with Gable and Ryland. Back on defense is Nolan Campbell. Takes the puck. Swings it over the far corner now to the half boards. Hyland takes it. Tries to go back and forth. Now Hyland gets called on offsides. As the puck bounces to and fro over the blue line. Hawks pushing for the face-off control there. Mason, he pops it down, but Hyland tries to clear. Puck goes off the referee's skate. They seem to be in the way again. Outlet up. This will get icing. Have a purpose with your pass there, folks. Another line change. We'll have Rocco out there. He's centering with Eli and Aaron. Hyland takes that face off, covered by Pacheco in net. Hyland popped the face off back to the left defenseman, and he puts one down on the net for the first shot of the game. Hell of a face-off right here on the glove side. Hyland wins that face-off. Shot blocked by Rocco. Aaron picks it up. Aaron brings it across the blue line, skating well. Pass picked off by the Jags, coming up through the neutral zone. And the puck squirts over to the far corner. That's interference. Hawks try to clear. Looks down on the boards. Now here comes Aaron. Outlet pass. Karen careens off the half boards, now behind the goal. Hyland dumps it over the corner. Shot towards the net. Blocked by Hyland. Puck flies over here on the near side of the boards. Sawyer tries to keep it in. Hyland picks it up. Nope. Let's go back the other way. Line change for both teams. Benny about had a break on that. Hyland picks up the puck. Now they're coming into their offensive end again. Shot. Pad save. Trying to work the puck out of the near corner here. Hyland resets up top. That's their third shot on net in this first period. Team enjoyed a little dinner outing last night. Boys had a great time here in Aspen. Hawks take the face off. Aiden Brown has it. He forwards it over off a Camden stick. Hawks trying to find it. Jags sent it down to the corner. Now picked up again by Cam. Nope. Nolan brings it up into our offensive end. Centering pass. Lucas chases. Sends one towards the net. Doesn't make it there. Gets defended by the Jags. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Picked up by Nolan Campbell. Nolan reverses direction. Outlet pass here to Lucas. Lucas poke checked away by the Jags. Jags push it down to their offensive end. Aiden picks it up. Now he's behind the goal with the net. Works his way all the way into the neutral zone. Skating well. Here comes Aiden. Reverses direction. Lost his edge there. Jags pick it up. Gable's going to get called for a trip as he tried to get a poke check. Tried to play the puck, got his stick in the skate. So we haven't started the penalty minute. There it goes. About 10 seconds off on a penalty kill.
Go, take it, Ryland.
Hawks give a dump, and that'll be icing. So disregard we have a running clock for the game, but stop time for penalties. Mason centers. Hyland pops it over to the defenseman. Poke check, hustle play here by Ryland Ray. Jags pick it up in the neutral zone. And they dump down, picked up by Max. Puck gets pushed over to the neutral. And here's Sawyer. He dumps it into the neutral zone onto a Hyland stick. They cross ice with a pass. Put it into their offensive end, but picked up by Ryland. Ryland coming up the near side. Into the neutral zone. Hawks chasing it down, picked up by Hyland down in our offensive end. Ryland keeps on that Jags tail. Jags outlet pass to the neutral zone. Nice job by Sawyer, stopping that momentum. Puck bounces off the half boards, picked up by Benny. Benny falling to his knees. I don't know if we're starting to get some dull skates on this fourth game up here. Someone's net guard just went down on the ice. It's Benny's. Hawks dump into the neutral zone, picked up by HYLAND. HYLAND enters the offensive zone. Puck bounces down and into our offensive end behind the goal. HYLAND picks it up. HYLAND carrying the puck into their offensive end. Awesome. Puck slides into the crease. Saved by Corbin. 4 shots to none so far in the first period. Skating 5-on-5 now with just a little over 5 minutes to play in this first one. And Mason, Gable, and Ryland. Shot on goal off the face-off. Quick cover by Corbin. HYLAND wins another face-off. Doing well on that. The Jags are. Hawks try to pick it up. Outlet over to Ryland. Ryland tries to cross it. Holds up. Back to our right defensive point. Puck bounces across the blue line. Nolan sends it down. Now HYLAND reverses into the corner. Gable chases into the corner. Nolan fighting to keep the puck in. Gable chases out the boards. Centering pass. Good idea. Another shot towards the net, but goes wide from Mason. Puck over on the far half board. Cycled up to the right point. Shot down towards the net. This will be icing, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off down on the Hawks offensive end. About 3:45 to play here. Line change for both teams. Rocco comes out with Eli and Aaron. Back defensively, Sawyer and Max. Ref wanting precise positioning here. There we got a face off. HYLAND picks up it again. Rocco tried to center it. Bounced off by HYLAND. HYLAND brings it in the neutral zone. Now they gain offensive ice. Loose puck in the high slot. Now in the neutral zone for HYLAND. Eli trying to chase it down. Shot off the mark into the corner. Now on the blue line, here come the Hawks. That's Max on the far side. He crosses over to Rocco. Rocco gets poke checked away. Good back check there by the Jaguars. Jags is coming the other way. Littleton picks it up on the goal line. Outlet from Eli. Now to Rocco. Rocco, he's got an advantage and a stick on there. And a save. He was getting held up pretty well. Nearly a hook, but it wasn't. Lucas and Camden out there for the forwards. Puck behind the net. HYLAND's coming up with it. Poke check by Lucas. Puck here in the neutral zone. Now HYLAND dumps it. Picked up by Max. He's going to skip on with the puck behind the net. Goes one way, now back the other. Back again. Outlet pass. Camden. Camden feeds it across to Lucas. We have a 2-on-1 chance, and we're offside. So we couldn't quite time that entry. So we'll have a neutral zone drop, far dot. Here we go. Camden. I'm sorry. That was Mason centering. Offside again on the Hawks. Winding down the last under a minute to play here. In the first period.
Sorry. I came here early, dropped some of it off, came back, tried to pack it.
You're doing good.
I don't want to interrupt you.
You're doing
I know you did things. Good hanging out last night. Happy to.
Highland picks up another face-off. They dump it down behind the goal line, picked up by Brown. Brown carries it into the neutral zone. He's got ideas for the goal. Gets pushed down off the puck. Just off the near face-off circle. Just offside. Puck just made it across the blue line. And that ought to wrap it up for the first period. We got maybe 1-2 seconds left. And there we are. Hawks need to wind it up a little bit. We're in a bit of a scoring drought. Now that's 7 periods, no goals. Sort of a scoring desert. I'll reset and be back in a sec. And we're off. That's Rocco centering there with Eli and Aaron. Puck gets dumped down behind now. We've switched in, so we're on the defensive end of our ice. Jags trying to get it centered, now picked up by Max. Max is coming up the middle. Now he gains some leverage on the left side. Pushes one over, picked off by Highland. Highland dumps. This will be icing. No. So we'll have a favorable drop for the Hawks here. Still have Rocco, Eli, and Aaron up front. Eli puts one towards the net, gets deflected near the goal. Puck flies down, no icing. So we're down on the Jaguars' offensive end. Jags pick it up in the corner. Now Littleton picks it up. There goes Max coming up the near side. Jaguars pick it off, and now they're trying to go into the neutral zone. Sawyer, he has it. Passes it forward to Rocco. Back check by the Jags. Eli keeps it in. Jags. Shot on goal, and a goal. Couldn't get leverage on that skater from the Jags, and he comes across to the slot and puts one up in the near corner. It's at 1-0 now in the second period. Benny, Camden, and Lucas. Puck comes back to the blue line. Picked up by Benny. Benny pushed over in the boards. Hawks cyclets, one side to the next. Picked up by the Jaguars. Jaguars gain their offensive end. Number 80, he comes across. Nolan Campbell does a nice job holding his ice and keeping that player from being able to get a crossing pass off. Benny, he picks it up. Now he's on the midline, trying to skate it, the puck over to Lucas. Not a traditional offside hand wave, but Hawks just a little bit offside there. The puck bounced on the blue line. Now we'll have Mason Gable and Ryland out there on the front side of things. Hyland picks up the face-off again. Hyland gets another shot, another goal. Hyland brought the puck down, crossed over to near the face-off dot on the near side. Makes it 2-0 Hyland. About 10 minutes to go in the second period. Nolan and Aiden back there for the blue line. Hawks just kind of mucking around on their skates so far. Not a lot of explosion, not a lot of fire. Centering pass picked off by the Hawks. Now in the neutral zone. Gable hustles over. Jags dump it down behind the goal line, picked up by Nolan. Nolan trying to bring it up. Now he reverses direction, coming behind the net. Now the near corner picked up by Aiden. Offside, line changes. A couple shout outs and game pucks to some good parents here. We got Roger Brown Photography giving us some great shots. We can stream the game, but he brings you the moments, and some great work there on the camera for Roger. Everybody's enjoying those pictures. Eli trying to get on. Now we just got off. Eli tried to get up, go up the center, but there was a poke check that brought the puck back, which creates an offside call against the Hawks. Now we'll have a drop right here in front of us. There's Rocco. Rocco has it, dumps it down behind the goal line. Aaron gives chase, picked up by Hyland. Puck makes it to the neutral zone. Hawks will have to reset. Max tries to dump, but picked up by Hyland here in the near face-off circle. Here comes Hyland the other way. Greeted by some Hawks, but the puck does slide down into the crease and a cover and a save. 8 shots to 1 so far for the Jags. Another high five to Marie Stanton. She, I believe it was Marie, put together the team hangers. There's a chance for a breakaway. Hyland gets on it. Now we got Benny by himself. He puts one just deflected off the goalie. He's going for a great opportunity there. Went off the goalie's pad. Now Hyland comes the other way. Shot goes off the blocker of Corbin. Hawks bringing it up. Cross ice pass from Camden to Lucas. Lucas sends one deep. Now it's in the corner behind the net. Benny picks it up. Hyland's waiting for him, crossing. Oh. Good centering pass. But picked up by Hyland. Now Hyland picks up the puck at the blue line. Max chips it back. Back and forth, back and forth. Outlet pass from Camden. Now we have another look to Mason. We'll get a power play coming up for the Hawks. That was a trip there. So first power play of the game for the Hawks. They killed the penalty in the first period. Some good old red hot chili peppers in the background. Hyland comes up with the face-off. Gable's got it in the corner now. Brings it back to Max. Max puts one on net. We had man down. Good effort there for a scoring chance. It's a good job by Ryland crashing the crease. I'm going to try to clean the lens a little bit. Looks a little cloudy there. Hyland dumps. That'll be icing again. 131 still on the power play for the Hawks. Now the shots are 9-3. And great job by our team manager, Jocelyn Alexander, keeping things organized, good communication. Nolan Campbell, he chips one down behind the goal line in the corner. Hawks trying to keep it in. Good job by Max. He tried to get it down, but picked off by the Jags. They're coming up in the neutral zone. Max stops that effort. Puck went back and forth over the blue line, creating an offside. Jags on a line change. We still have now Rocco centering with Benny on a wing and Camden on the other side. Puck's down. Puck comes back to Campbell, to Alexander, trying to get it through. Good passing there for sure, and we keep it in the zone. Try to get a puck down to the net. Another centering attempt. Jaguars are in good defensive position all the time, it seems. Here comes a race down to the puck. Good make-up speed and just back-checked enough on that poke to take a little bit off that shot. Encouragement from the stands to do not be hesitating. There's Mason. Littleton wins that face-off. They now have it behind the net. Here comes Sawyer. Sawyer trying to get it up to Gable. Poke checked away by the Jags. Sawyer tried to be the first one there. Jags had position. Jags, nice pass, and boom. Jags keep it in at the right point. Shot, stick save, and a cover now by Corbin. Face-off will be on the glove side for Corbin. Face-off goes down to the corner, picked up by Littleton. They take it to the near corner. Gable tries to poke it across the blue line. Jags pick it up. Now we get the neutral zone. Jags have it. They're resetting. Dump and chase. That net guard still finding its way around the arena. You see it. That's what's laying on the ice, if you can tell. Centering pass picked off by the Hawks. Hayden picks up the puck behind the net, tries to dump it on the boards. Another goal. Puck bounced out of the slot over to the low left and just found the inside of the net, which makes it 3-0. Favor of Highland Hills. Winding down the last minute of the second period. Face-off, again won by Highland. Here's Eli working hard to get something happen. Notice a lot of great defensive work from our forward, number 11. In the NHL, that's the Selkie trophy. Shot on goal. Pad save. Back to the point. Dumped down to the corner. Nobody chasing that puck down. Not a lot of energy out of the Hawks. Puck's down, picked up by Nolan. In the corner. Now the Jags have it. They look to wrap. They try to push it in. Now it's behind. Nolan trying to get an outlet pass up to Eli. Now it's in the neutral zone. Picked up by Rocco. Rocco gains offensive ice. Poked away. Now Eli, he centers it. Picked off by the Jags. Again, great positioning for Highland. Jags skate through the blue line. Centers it. Nolan picks it off. That's Aaron Shanahan. Aaron Shanahan, his shot gets deflected down into the near corner. That's the end of the period. 8 periods without a goal. Kind of starving for one here. Okay, goalies change in, skaters change direction. There's Benny Stanton. He's centering with Camden and Lucas. Max and Sawyer on the blue line. Littleton comes up with it. That's Camden trying to work his way into the offensive end. Pass comes up to Benny. Great pressure by the defense of Highland. Sawyer keeps it in. Puck making its way in the neutral zone. Here comes Highland the other way. Got a 2-on-1. Hawks recover. Shot. Saved by Pacheco. The rebound picked up by Littleton. Camden, he has it behind the goal. Now in the corner. He rips it over to the far side. Picked up off the half boards by Lucas. Now it's near mid-ice. Highland picks it up in the zone. Dump it down. Sawyer chases to the corner. He's greeted by a Jaguar. Centering pass to the slot. Comes over. We'll have a penalty coming up on the Jags. Hey, why don't I start the clocks on this? No. Max. Penalty was actually on Max. is a curious call at that. Centering pass picked up by the Hawks. Now here's Ryland. Has it on their stick through the neutral zone. Shot blocked by the Hawks. HYLAND cycles it up high. Picked off by Brown. Now HYLAND gets control back of it. Going to offensive end. Puck gets pushed into the neutral zone and cycles over for HYLAND on the far side. Picked off by Ryland. Pops the puck down off the boards behind the goal, picked up by the HYLAND Jaguars. Hawks cycle on the blue line. Now Rocco has it. HYLAND is in the right place at the right time almost all the time here in our last game in Aspen. Puck's down in the corner. Hawks tried to cycle it out, kept on the left point. Shot to the net. They had a man in the crease. That was a great setup there for the Jaguars, but Littleton up for the challenge and trying to get through the neutral zone. And we'll have a hook. Hook on the Jaguars. There's Rocco picks it up, tries to dump it in the neutral zone. Puck finds its way to a HYLAND stick. HYLAND dumps. Puck chased down into the corner by Nolan Campbell, now picked up on the half boards. Nice little shot there from Rocco. There's a check. Nolan feeds it into the offensive end just for a moment, picked up by HYLAND. High dump and down into the corner for Nolan Campbell again. Here comes Mason. Passes it over to his left winger, Gable. Gable puts one down towards the net. That was a shot on goal. Goalie drops his stick, swats it away. Now the puck's over on the far half boards. Ryland overskates it. Now he's trying to get control of it. Puck dumped into the neutral zone. Hawks are on. Here comes Nolan. He gets pressured off the puck. HYLAND dumps. Sawyer comes down to the goal line. Bounces it off half boards to Gable. Mason tries to pass it down, catches again. Couldn't catch the puck just in time. Does a great pass by Mason. Just couldn't quite get the shot off. Now here comes HYLAND the other way. Shot again in the cover. Puck gets out. Mason has it. Ryland trying to set things up in the high slot. Takes the puck over. Now it is in the neutral zone. And it'll be icing here. Skating 5-on-5. Both penalties have been extinguished. Waiting for the Littleton skaters to make their way on the ice. Rocco takes the face off. Had control for a second now, HYLAND. Now a shot up towards the net. Bouncer just off the mark there for a shot from Camden. HYLAND picking it up. And now in the neutral zone for Rocco. He sends it back to Nolan. Nolan feeds it back into the mid-ice. Campbell tried to clear it. Picked off by Hyland. Now it's in the high slot. Rocco has it. Littleton having a double of the time controlling the puck just to clear it. Now they get it in the neutral zone. Shot goes well off the mark. Now picked up by Littleton. Littleton giving chase. Cannon comes up with it on the inboards. Shot. Point blank shot. Save again. Just a step behind on some of those opportunities. Max comes up with it behind our goal. Clears into the neutral zone. Puck's loose in our end. Picked up by Hyland. Pressured by Benny. Ryland gives a good check. And the puck gets dumped down in the offensive end, but that's going to be an icing call. Puck crossed 3 lines, which gives us this opportunity. And we'll reset the clock as I keep forgetting to start it. We're at 7 minutes even here to go in this third and final period of the game and the tournament. Start clock. Okay, here we go. Max brings it down to the far boards. Still has it. Tries to center it. Benny, he's chasing the puck down, giving pressure. That's a pretty high stick there. Puck is rolling down, picked up by Mason. He's going to bring it behind the goal. He shoots it over towards Sawyer. Hawks clear the zone, but on... Puck picked up by the Hawks. That's Rocco. He feeds it back to Eli. Eli centers. I'm sorry, Rocco centers towards Eli. Picked off by Jaguars. Now Max, he chases it down on our defensive zone. He's behind the net. Comes the other way. Outlet to Rocco. They tried to check Rocco and paid the price for doing that. Rocco's having none of it when it comes to you can be physical, you're going to bring it. Hyland now with the turnover. Shot up and over the crossbar. One off Corbin's stick and shoulder. Another shot. Pad save. Scrum for the crease, but puck comes out. Offside now on Hyland. So Hawks just kind of slugging their way through this last period as well. 5:21 to go. Being well outshot 21-6. Do give credit to Hyland. Their defensive positioning has been on the mark. Again, playing the puck where it's going to go, not where it was. Mason, Gable, and Camden out on the ice. Puck's now behind the net on a Hyland stick. Bounces off the back of the net. Held in. Brown, he shoots towards the net. Gets blocked. Gable tries to backhand it towards the net. Pile up just off the corner of the net. Now here comes the Jags the other way. Shot deflected by Campbell a bit. Puts it off the mark. Puck's on the far half boards. Hawks trying to clear the zone. Hyland keeps it in. Pass from Campbell to Alexander. Can't get it out of the zone. Dump it. There you go. Offside on Hyland. Puck made its way back to right about mid-ice, and Highland tried to dump it in, couldn't handle it, goes over the blue line. Well, we have a stoppage of play here, 4:20 to play. Third period, 21-6. Shots on goal favoring Highland a lot. Mid-ice, Rocco. Rocco gets his own work, crosses the blue line. Now on the left, far right wing, centering pass. Puck's loose, just sat there for a second, nobody there to shoot it. Brown puts one down towards the net. Jags clear, Nolan Campbell chases, he has control of it, he's coming up the other side. Checked away, and here comes Highland down to their offensive end. Shot blocked by Brown. Centering pass. Now Ryland has it. Ooh, way too slow on that. Let's go. Here's Aaron. Puts one towards the net. Just off to the right. Highland recovers. And the puck's in the neutral zone with Highland coming up. Good job by Max staying back to change the angle of that shot. Puck rolls down. Highland picks it up. Picked off at mid-ice by Lucas Stewart. Lucas puts a shot down off the mark, deflects off the blocker of the goalie. Now the puck's in the far corner. Now the mid shot on goal. Scramble and save. Puck's put one on net. Bounced off the goalie, and he lunges for it like a Jaguar would. There's Mason. Shot just off the mark. Puck's down now below the goal line. Gable's chasing it with a jag. Gets a stick on it. Holds up things over there for a bit. Jags will shoot it down. Sawyer picks it up. Now Mason's behind the goal. Outlet pass just off the mark. Centering pass picked off by Max. Here comes Sawyer Crawford the other way. Trying to get into our offensive end has been a challenge today. There's Sawyer. He dumps it in. Jags were chasing. Highland's coming up skating. Highland brings it up into the neutral zone. And Sawyer takes it. And there we got a turnover in the neutral zone. There's Benny. A couple defenders back. Passes it back to Aaron. Aaron caught it and shot it. Sawyer flips it down behind the goal. Now, another shot just off the stick of the goalie. Now we are playing with a little bit of fire with less than 2 minutes to play. There's Benny. Centers. Benny brings it behind the net. Centering. That goalie is doing the great work down there. Two awesome chances for the Hawks. Now another one. The puck is up. You can't jump on it, son. The Highland crowd gives a well-deserved. I mean, that was some goaltending there. Wow, we threw everything we had at it. We were throwing pucks, hammers, whatever you had, and he was stopping it all. Puck is down. Under a minute to play. Rocco keeps it in. Presses along the blue line. Centering pass. Deflected by the Jaguars. Puck is loose. Jags chasing. Here comes pressure by Aiden to keep the puck off on the boards. Now in the corner. Centering. Eli tries to dump it out of there. Kept in by the Jags. Gibble's trying to get underneath the puck. Underneath the player to get the puck. Now the puck squirts out. Puck slides over in the neutral zone. Here we're under 10 seconds to play in this game. Highland dumps it. 5 seconds to play. 3. Another shutout. Well, that's 9 periods, no goals for the Hawks. Back to practice tomorrow over at Ice Ranch. Standard week of practice, and then game next Saturday afternoon down at World Arena. Well, let's wrap things up here from the Aspen Fall Face-Off Tournament. Hawks will be on their way home. Time to regroup and get going.